Hello students, good morning. In last two classes, I explained you what is cofactor, minor, adjoint, inverse and how to solve 2 and 3 variable matrices using mat- uh, 2 variable equations using matrix method. So in today's class, we will solve the exercise based on these properties. Determinant I will not explain because for this year determinant is not in your syllabus. So for that I will prepare a video in a separate class. We have already completed up to 4.3. So now I will start with exercise 4.4. So exercise 4.4 is questions are very simple. If you will watch my video of concept of minor, cofactor and adjoint, you will be able to solve each and every question yourself. There is no concept involved other than what I explained in earlier video. So you just try yourself and I'm sure you will be able to solve all the questions. Still I am explaining them. Like question number 1 is given, write minors and cofactors of the element of following determinants. Minors we know very well. How to get minor? There are 4 elements, so each element will have minor. So you want to get the minor of element M11. This is M11. So leave this row and column to which this element belong. So you are left with only 3. So it's M11 is 3. This is M12. Leave this row and column. So M12 will be equal to 0. This element is its minor will be M21. So M21 you leave the second row and first column you are left with -4, so that is M21. This is M22, minor of this element is known as M22 and that would be 2. Clear? Now you want to get the cofactors. So cofactor, as I already explained you in the previous video also, you can directly use the sign concept. Cofactor will be, cofactor of this element will be positive or minor, this element will be negative or minor, this element is again negative or minor, and this element is positive or minor. Actually when I plus j is even, cofactor and minor is one and the same thing, and I plus j is odd, then cofactor is negative of minor. So I plus j for this element is even, so this minor a m11 itself is the cofactor. So a11 is 3. In this case, I plus j is negative 1, 2. I plus j is odd. So its cofactor will be negative or minor. So we got minor is -4. So cofactor will become +4. Alright. Similarly, M12, its minor is 0. So its cofactor will be also equal to 0. Suppose you want to get the cofactor of this element, that is A22, that will be positive of M22. M22 we obtained in this. So its cofactor is also equal to 2. Part 2, ABCD. So similar way you can do ABCD. Okay, you get the minor and cofactors. Okay, I will leave you with this PDF. You can take a screenshot or still the video and you can note it down. There is no point of explaining the same thing time and again. Question number 2, it is given 100, 010, 001. You have to find the minor of all the elements. So in minor nothing is there. If you want to get the minor of any element, so leave the row to which the element belongs and leave the column. Whatever is left is the minor. So suppose you want to get the minor of this element 1. So I will leave first row and first column. So its minor will be this much particular portion, 1001. You calculate this into this minus this into this, it will be 1. Similarly, we can get minor of this, that will be M12, and you leave now second row and second column. So there is no point of explaining these things. You just note it down. I mentioned all these minors in this. Now you want to get the cofactors. So if you have minors, to calculate cofactor, you have to only take care of the sign. So only 4 cofactors are negative. Directly you can learn it. Only 4 cofactors are negative of minor, all other are positive. These 4 cofactors are actually A12 will be negative of M12, A21 will be negative of M12, M21, A31, A32 and A23. These 3 cofactors are negative of minor, all other are equal to minor. That's all. In 3 into 3 matrix, 3 into 3 matrix. Only these cofactors are negative of minor. A12, A21 because I plus j is odd in these cases. This is 3 A12, 2 and 1, this is 3, this is 5, this is 5. All other, there are total 9 cofactors in 3 into 3 matrix, out of which all are positive except to these 4. So, in other way we can write what will be cofactors. I can mention it like this. The cofactor of this is M11, this will be minus M12. This is M13 plus. This is M minus of M21. This is M22. This is minus of M23. This is M31 minus of M32. And last one is plus of M33. These are the cofactors. So if you have the minors, so you need not to calculate anything new. The cofactors are equal to minor. Only in these cases cofactors will be negative of minor. All other cofactors are positive of minor. So once you calculate minor, you need not to calculate cofactor separately. You have to only decide the sign of the cofactor. So that I have explained that if cofactor of element A11 will be equal to positive of M11 and so on. So A11 is actually equal to M11, A12 is negative of M12, A13 is again positive of M13 and like that, or you can also decide on the basis of this. Okay, this is representing what will be the sign of cofactor. In this case, your cofactor will be positive or minor. Cofactor is negative or minor. So only for these elements, 4 elements, cofactor is negative or minor. So you can calculate this also. So I'll move ahead. Question number 3. Using cofactor of elements of second row, evaluate this. Determinant. We can calculate any determinant using element of any row or any column. Like in this question, you want to calculate this determinant using cofactor of elements of second row. So first we will formulate the formula elements of second row. So the value of determinant will be equal to A1, this element is called A21 and to its cofactor plus A22 into its cofactor plus A23 into its cofactor. That will be the value of determinant using the cofactors of second row. All sign are positive. Now we'll calculate A21. So A21 will be negative of M21. Why negative? Because this plus this is odd, or as I explained to you, you can learn it A12, A21, A23, A32. Only these 4 cofactors are negative. So this A21 is negative. Minus of M21. Now you calculate value of minus of M21. How will you get M21? That will be 32 and 83. So A21 is negative of 321 and 83. It will be 9 minus 16. So it will come plus 7. So A21 we obtained, it is equal to plus 7. So A21 into capital A21, you will put the value, it is 2 into 7. You need not to calculate for this 0. You will say why? Because this A22 is 0, so you need not to calculate value of this capital A22, its cofactor, because when we multiply 0 by any number, you will get 0. So you need not to calculate it. Now you are left with A23 and capital A23. Capital A23 is the cofactor of small a23, all right, of this element. So that will be also negative. A23 is also negative. 23 is negative. I am directly calculating its minor. So from this you can see it is 5 into 2 minus 3 into 1. That will be 7. So A23 will be minus 7. So in this you put value of A21 into capital A21, A22 into capital A22, A23 into capital A23. On substituting value, you will get the value of this determinant. So basic concept I have explained. Using cofactor of elements of the third column, evaluate this. Third column. So third column, first of all, you have to find the cofactors of the third column. So in this, I have first calculated minors of the third column. Third column is this one. So minor of yz, it will be equal to z minus y. Minor of zx, it will be equal to z minus x, and minor of xy, it will be y minus x. Those minors you can calculate. Like you want to get the minor of this, it will be this into this minus this into this. Minor of this, it is this into this minus this into this. In this way, you can get the minor of all these three. Now you want to get the cofactors. You see, in case of M13, its cofactor will be positive of minor, because 1 and 3 is even. So its minor cofactor is actually the same thing. But in case of M23, its cofactor is negative of minor. So for A23, capital A23, it will be x minus z. For M33, its cofactor is positive of minor. So you calculate the cofactors. Now what will be the value of determinant? The value of determinant will be yz into its cofactor plus zx into its cofactor plus xy into its cofactor. It will be small a13 into capital A13, small a23 into capital A23, small a33 into capital A33, means element of third column are multiplied by their respective cofactors. Now you just put the values as I have substituted values: yz into z minus y, zx into x minus z plus xy into y minus x. To get the final answer, you just multiply them, all of them. Obviously, you will try to match the answers. So to match the answer, what you have to do? You arrange them in the descending powers of x. First, I have taken highest power of x. Then, like it is yz square, y square x, you can arrange them in the descending powers of x. First of all, you can arrange the terms of the highest power of x. Then you can arrange the terms of 1 power of x, and finally you can arrange the terms which do not have x. In this way, you arrange it and you factorize it. On factorization, you will get the answer. So that one particular portion you can try yourself, and still if you have doubts, you can ask me. Question number 5 is given: A into B whole transpose. I think this question belongs to the previous exercise, which you can do. Exercise 4.5. Question number 1. Find adjoint of each of the matrices. 1, 2, 3, 4. So finding adjoint is nothing new in this. You have to find the cofactor of all elements, replace element by their cofactors, and then take the transpose of that. And 2 into 2 adjoint you can calculate directly. In 2 into 2, I am explaining how to calculate it directly. The direct method to calculate adjoint in 2 into 2 matrix is, you just interchange these two elements, interchange and change the sign of these two elements. Interchange diagonal elements means 4 and 1, you see it is 4 and 1, and change the sign of other two elements, that will be the adjoint. So adjoint in case of 2 into 2, you can directly find it out. The proper method is you find the cofactor of each element, replace all the elements by cofactors. Matrix such obtained is called cofactor matrix, and then you take transpose of that. So transpose of matrix obtained by replacing elements by cofactor is actually adjoint. In 2 into 2 matrix, if you want to calculate adjoint, there is a direct method. What is that? You just interchange the diagonal elements, this and this, interchange them, and change the sign of other two elements. This will be -2 and this is -3. In this way, you can get it. In 3 into 3 matrix, you want to get the adjoint. Simple. So find all the elements. So we'll find the cofactor of all the elements. Over here, you calculate all these things yourself. Find the cofactor of this element, that will be A11, this element, all 9 elements you find the cofactor. And then we'll take the transpose of the cofactor matrix. On taking transpose, you will get this thing. Means cofactors of first row will become cofactors of first column in adjoint. Like this is A11, A12, A13. These are the cofactors of first row. A21, A22, A23, these are the cofactors of second row. A31, A32, A33, these are the cofactors of third row. So the cofactors of first row we will place in first column. All 3 cofactors of second row we will place in second column. All 3 cofactors of third row we will place in third column to get the transpose adjoint. Adjoint of A, that I have already explained in separate class also, how to calculate it, all the steps, how to find the cofactor of one element. So in this nothing special is there. Question number 3, you have to verify A into adjoint of A is equal to adjoint of A into A is equal to determinant of A into identity matrix. So naturally, to calculate this question, you have to find adjoint of A. 3 things you have to calculate in this question. What? First, you have to calculate adjoint of A. Listen to me carefully and do yourself. First, you calculate adjoint of A. You calculate determinant of A. So what will be determinant of A? Directly calculate its value. Like in this case, it is -12 plus 12. So determinant of A in this case is 0 only. So you calculate adjoint of A. In 2 into 2 adjoint of A, we can directly calculate. You can say how. So it's very simple. Into 2 into 2, I just explained how to calculate adjoint. You just interchange the diagonal elements. So diagonal elements are interchanged. And change the sign of other 2 elements. So it will become -3 and it will become +4. This is the adjoint of A. Now we will take the product of this A into adjoint of A, one thing. Then we will take product of adjoint of A into A. Means first matrix will be this and second is this. Now you get the value of determinant of A. So determinant of A, we will calculate it is -12 plus 12, so it will be 0. So finally, it should be equal to 0 only. Determinant of A into identity matrix is, so because determinant of A is 0, when you will multiply this by identity matrix, you are going to get null matrix. All elements will become 0. So let us verify it on the next page. As I explained you, value of determinant of A is 0. So determinant of A into identity matrix is a null matrix. Adjoint of A, I just explained you how to calculate it. Now you find A into adjoint of A. You take the product of A with adjoint of A. On taking product, you will get it is a null matrix again. Now you take product of adjoint of A with the A. Means you have to interchange the order. First adjoint of A, then matrix A. It is not always equal. In this case, it is also coming equal to null matrix. So determinant of A into identity is a null matrix. A into adjoint of A is a null matrix. And adjoint of A into A is also a null matrix. The same thing you have to verify in question number 4. So methods will be same. First of all, we will find the value of determinant of A. Then we will find the value of adjoint of A. Okay. We will multiply determinant of A with the identity matrix. We will multiply adjoint of A with A. In first case, A is the first matrix, adjoint of A is the second matrix. In second case, adjoint of A is the first matrix and A is the second matrix. So try to solve these questions yourself. Although I am explaining, but it's better if you try yourself. Now I am first of all calculating value of determinant of A. So you all know how to calculate value of determinant of A. On calculating, all the values are placed 1 into 0 into 3 minus this into this, and similarly minus 1 into, or you try to expand it using the second column. In this case, we will try to expand it using second column, because in second column two elements are 0 0. So it is very easy to expand if two elements are 0 0. So to expand it, you will write only with respect to this element. Okay, so it will be plus 1 into 9 plus 2, that is 11. Or you can expand using any row or column. So determinant of A is 11. We have to find determinant of A into identity matrix. So determinant of A is 11. Identity matrix, in this case, we will take 3 into 3 order, because all other matrices are also 3 into 3 order. So it will become 11 0 0. When we multiply a matrix by some element, all the elements of matrix are multiplied by that. Now you come to the calculating the adjoint of A. Okay, so the calculation part I will not explain, you try yourself. All the adjoints are calculated over here. Adjoint always you try to calculate yourself. Okay, it is similar in all the questions. If you know to calculate adjoint in one question, you can calculate in all other questions also. So in this case, adjoint, to calculate adjoint, we will first find the cofactor of all the elements, and then we'll take the transpose of the cofactor matrix. You will get the adjoint of A. Now you can find A into adjoint of A. First matrix is A, second is adjoint of A. Take their product, you will get it is the same thing, which is equal to determinant of A into identity matrix. In second case, you change the order. It is adjoint of A into A. Again, on taking their multiplication, you will get the same thing. So we can say we obtained the answer and it is proved. Question number 6, find the inverse of each of the matrices. So again, in case of inverse, nothing is new. Nothing is new. What is the inverse? A inverse is adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. So what will be working rule to find A inverse? First of all, we will find determinant of A. If it is not equal to 0, then only inverse exists. By the way, in any question you get determinant of A is 0. You will say inverse doesn't exist and you stop it. Okay, you need not to calculate, because inverse doesn't exist. If it doesn't exist, how will you calculate this? So if determinant of A, so first step is to find determinant of A. And second step is to find adjoint of A, which we have done in all earlier questions. Adjoint of A. Divide adjoint of A by determinant of A, that will be A inverse. As simple as. There are 3 steps. Note it down. First step, find determinant of A. So either it will be 0 or it is non-zero. By the way, it is 0. You write inverse does not exist. Question is over. But if it is not 0, then in second step you will find adjoint of A. Adjoint of A is the transpose of matrix obtained by element by their cofactors. Divide adjoint of A by determinant of A, you will have your answer. That's all. This is the method to calculate inverse of a matrix. Now you see, in 6th question, I will tell you how to calculate inverse. Suppose this matrix A is given. First of all, I will find the value of determinant of A. It comes out to be minus 2 plus 15, that is 13, which is not equal to 0. So our one step is over. Okay, we obtained determinant of A. Now we'll get adjoint of A. So in 2 into 2, we can directly write adjoint. What is the method to directly write adjoint? You interchange the diagonal element. So I interchange the diagonal element and change the sign of other 2 elements. So now this is adjoint of A. It is 2 comma minus 5, 3 comma minus 1, or by proper method you can do it. You take the transpose of matrix obtained by replacing all the elements by their cofactors. Now what will be A inverse? A inverse, you will divide this adjoint by 13, determinant of A. So it is 1 upon 13 of this, that is the A inverse. In similar way, you try the question number 7. This question also you will try. So in first step, we'll calculate determinant of A. So determinant of A, till now you know how to calculate it. So using first column, you calculate the value of determinant of B using first column. You can say why using first column, because other two elements of this are 0. So if some elements are 0, we need not to calculate that. So it is 1 into 10 minus 0. So its value will be 10 only. Because for this you need not to calculate it. And for this also, because these two elements are 0. So when we will multiply them with their cofactors, it will be 0 only. So we got 10. Now you get the adjoint. So to get adjoint, you will calculate cofactors of all the 9 elements and replace element by their cofactor and then take the transpose of this. We got adjoint of A. So adjoint of A, you can try 1 or 2 questions and you will be able to solve all the questions of adjoint. A inverse is 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. So we divide adjoint of A by determinant of A. Question number 8, it is given find the inverse of each of the matrices if it exists. If it exists means determinant of A should not be equal to 0. So first of all, you find the value of determinant of A. It is equal to -3, so it exists. Now you get the adjoint of A. Replace all the elements by their cofactors and then take the transpose. You got the adjoint, and hence A inverse is equal to 1 upon adjoint of A into determinant of A. Okay, so try any 3-4 question, needless to go behind all the questions because all are similar. So if you can do 1 or 2, you can do all the questions. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, or the PDF I am uploading with this video. You can still the screen and you can note it down or check if in case of any errors or mistakes. Question number 11, I am taking find the inverse of each of the matrices if exists. So exists means first of all we will calculate the value of this determinant. So value of this determinant will be minus cos square alpha minus sin square alpha, and that will be -1. Determinant of A we calculated, it is equal to -1. As it is -1, so inverse exists. Again, similar to earlier question, you get the adjoint of A and divide adjoint of A by determinant of A. Thereby you will get the value of A inverse. If you check the question number 12, so I am not going to explain any one of them because all are similar. It is repetition of the same question. It is gonna AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse. You have to verify this. This is a property of inverse, that A into B whole inverse is B inverse into A inverse. If you will open the bracket, the order is changed. So let A is given. You have to calculate A inverse. B is given, you have to calculate B inverse. So first of all, you will calculate the value of determinant of A. So value of determinant of A we obtained, it is 1. To get A inverse, you will calculate adjoint of A. So we got adjoint of A, that you already know. Now find A inverse first of all, that is adjoint of A divided by A. In the similar manner, you have the value of B, find the value of determinant of B. Find the value of determinant of B. So determinant of B is -2, get the adjoint of B by direct method itself. What is direct method? You just interchange the diagonal elements and change the sign of other two elements to get the adjoint of B. B inverse is adjoint of B divided by B. So now we have obtained B inverse and A inverse. Multiply both of them, that will be B inverse into A inverse. You multiply B inverse by A inverse. On multiplication of these, you will get B inverse into A inverse. Question is still not over. Because what do you have to prove? You have to prove that AB whole inverse, A into B whole inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse. Right hand side we have obtained. So right hand side, actually 3 steps are involved. First you will find A inverse, then you will find B inverse, and then you will take their product to get the B inverse into A inverse. Left hand side, first of all we will get A into B, because you have to obtain AB whole inverse. So multiply matrix A with matrix B. On multiplication, you got this thing. Now you have to find its inverse, AB whole inverse. So you will deal AB as a single matrix. So first of all, we'll get the value of determinant of AB. So this is 67 into 61 minus 87 into 47. It comes out to be minus 2. So we got determinant of AB means it is not 0, means AB whole inverse exists. Now you get adjoint of AB. So adjoint of AB is quite simple. You interchange these diagonal elements and change the sign of these two elements. That is the adjoint. AB whole inverse will be the adjoint of AB divided by determinant of AB. On calculating this, it comes out to be this much. And hence we can say AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse. So in this class, we'll discuss till this only. So I hope guys you can do now all the questions related to inverse and adjoint. Try them. If you have any doubts, you can again ask me. So in next class, I will explain the remaining questions of this exercise and other exercises also. Thank you.